Welcome to the channel. My name is Matthias. Today we're going to talk about Richard Haass's World of Disarray, and we're going to focus on the post-Cold War Russia. Now, before we get into Richard Haass's book, I do want to recommend another book on Russia that I think is really fantastic. It takes a real deep dive in the post-Cold War Russia and early 2000s Russia. It explores the Russian mindset during this time and how the Russian people view Vladimir Putin and what makes Vladimir Putin tick. The book is called Fragile Empire: How Russia Fell in and Out of Love with Vladimir Putin, written by Ben Judah. The writer there is able to establish a trajectory of how Russia was going to act in the next couple of years, and he's pretty spot on. He did a really fantastic job. I should go back and reread that book and do a series on that. But now, let's get back to Haass's book. So it actually starts off this section talking about how Russia inherited the seat on the Security Council that the Soviet Union had. But by no means during this time Russia was a superpower. It was in shambles after the post-Cold War. Socially and economically, things got really rough in Russia during the 90s and early 2000s. And things got so bad that this can actually be seen on a demographic level. You can see that Russia has taken a pretty big population hit. Also, the life expectancy rate in Russia dropped pretty dramatically during this time. Haass and Judah really focus on something very important, that the Russian self-esteem of how they viewed themselves was in a very bad place during this time. They had lost the war in Afghanistan, they had lost the Cold War, now their country was in deep turmoil. And to add insult to injury, Russia really thought, or its political elite thought, that they were going to be accepted into the West, that capitalism would fix all their woes, and it just basically threw fuel on the fire in general. That the West were going to be there to give them a hand and help them enter this new economic system of world capitalism. Not only did they not help Russia get back on its feet, it started to take a series of measures that just added to the humiliation that the Russians felt. Russian political elite during this time really did not like the fact that the United States pushed to enlarge NATO. They did not take kindly to the fact that they felt like the West not only did not accept them, they started encroaching on their own backyard. Then to add on top of this, Russia started to view how NATO was starting to be used as a intervention force, first in the Balkans, later on in Afghanistan. In 1999, you had Czech Republic join, Hungary and Poland. Then in 2004, you had 7 more countries join. You had Bulgaria, Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, Romania, Slovakia, and Slovenia. Russia viewed these incorporations as unnecessary provocations. Richard Haass, in his own personal point of view, manifests that he thinks that Russia should have been incorporated within NATO, that this would have been the best way to go. Personally, I'm not sure with that, but I do feel that it would have been more constructive to establish more ties between Russia and the European Union and incorporate Russia into the European economic system. Basically, bring them into the West. But what happened with Vladimir Putin, it took time, but he was able to give the Russian people back their pride. Make them feel that they were a force to be reckoned with, that they were a superpower. And in 2008, they took their first military operation in Georgia. Things go their way there. Then in 2014, they invade Crimea. And in neither of the cases, no one tried to stop them. They had free reign to do whatever they wanted. But both of these cases deserve a deep dive that we're going to do another day. So I'm going to leave this video here. I hope you guys liked it. See you guys next time.